Owlcat Games just hired a NASA astronaut to make their upcoming space RPG more authentic, and the latest developer diary reveals exactly why that matters. If you've been waiting for a proper Mass Effect successor, this might be the most important gaming news you've heard in years. Welcome back to Pulse Gaming. Before we dive in, make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell. We've also got affiliate links in the description to support the channel if you're planning to pick this one up when it launches. The Expanse Osiris Reborn is Owlcat Games' upcoming third-person action RPG set in the Expanse universe. If you're not familiar with Owlcat, they're the studio behind Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous, and Warhammer 40,000, Rogue Trader. But this is their first real-time action RPG with cover-based shooting and fully voiced companions. The game takes place during the first 2 books of the Expanse series. You play as a Pinkwater Security mercenary trapped on Eros Station right when the protomolecule outbreak happens. You're on shore leave when the station goes into lockdown, protogen soldiers flood the corridors, and suddenly you're fighting for survival. Your twin sibling Jay becomes your first companion. And together, you need to steal the most advanced ship in the solar system just to escape. From there, the game opens up into a 20 to 30-hour story, visiting iconic locations like Ceres, Mars, Luna, and Ganymede. Let's address what everyone's talking about. Yes, this game is heavily inspired by Mass Effect, and the developers haven't hidden it. Creative director Alexander Michelin said the original trilogy was played cover to cover by many team members during their teenage years. You create your own captain, choosing between Earther, Martian, or Belter origins, and that choice actually affects dialogue options, side quests, and how characters perceive you. The game features a loyalty system for squad mates, romance options, and your ship serves as a hub similar to the Normandy. You'll have 2 companions with you during combat, while others provide support from a distance, hacking systems, or drawing enemy fire. The combat is third-person cover-based shooting with abilities and tactical commands. According to hands-on previews from Gamescom, the gunplay feels punchy with environmental destruction that affects strategy. Walls get pockmarked by bullets, ceilings can collapse on enemies, and your sibling Jay has abilities that exploit structural weaknesses. But Owlcat is also clear they're not just copying Mass Effect. The story has more choices and consequences than typical BioWare games, with branching paths that genuinely diverge. Early in the demo, players face a choice between calling the station population to arms against protogen or standing down to preserve lives. That decision has immediate consequences, with one path reportedly leading to disaster for the civilians. Here's where things get really interesting. Owlcat brought in Leroy Chiao, a former NASA astronaut and ISS commander, to consult on the game's depiction of space. Chiao worked directly with the team to ensure movement, behavior, and daily life in space felt authentic. The results show up in unexpected ways. Characters in the game crave spicy food because real astronauts favor spicy meals when living in space dulls your sense of taste. Sound design also benefits from this realism. Combat in a vacuum is muffled, relying more on vibrations transmitted through your suit rather than through air. When you're fighting in zero gravity, you hear impacts through your boots and anything you're touching. Studio audio director Sergei Ibog talked about balancing authentic silence in space with maintaining satisfying game feedback. The team had to make some concessions to playability. In real space operations, astronauts are constantly tethered to prevent floating away, but having a visible leash following you around would look awkward and limit movement. So Owlcat opted for magnetic boots instead, which provide the same safety function, while looking cleaner and allowing for more dynamic movement during firefights. The Expanse has always leaned into hard sci-fi. There's no faster-than-light travel, no artificial gravity through magic technology, and physics actually matters. Ships accelerate slowly, there's no sound in space, and zero-G environments require completely different movement strategies. The recoil from weapons in zero gravity actually affects your momentum, which means you need to brace yourself or risk spinning out of control. Environmental detail is apparently incredible even in the current build. The Xbox era hands-on from Gamescom mentioned that Pinkwater Station is packed with detail. NPCs walk around going about their business, vendors run shops, and you can overhear conversations about recent events. Some actors from the TV show are reprising their roles, and you'll see footage from the show playing on monitors throughout the stations. What's smart about Osiris Reborn is how it weaves into the existing Expanse storyline without requiring you to know everything up front. If you're a fan of the books or show, you'll recognize major events and get Easter eggs. But if you're new, the game provides its own entry point through original characters. You're not saving the galaxy. You're a mercenary, trying to keep your crew alive, while the solar system tears itself apart. That smaller-scale personal story gives the game a different flavor than typical space opera RPGs. The loyalty system for companions goes beyond simple approval ratings. Your leadership decisions affect how squad mates respond under pressure, and relationships can deteriorate if you consistently make choices they disagree with. The branching narrative means different playthroughs will feel substantially different. Your choice of origin faction, critical story decisions, and companion loyalty all feed into which content you'll see. Some missions are completely locked off based on earlier choices, giving real weight to consequences. Osiris Reborn is being built in Unreal Engine 5 for PC via Steam, Epic Games Store, and GOG, plus PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series XS. There's no official release date yet, but the game has reportedly been in development for over 4 years. Some industry observers are guessing late 2026 or even 2027. The environmental showcase released in August showed moody lighting and gunmetal corridors that channel Mass Effect 2's aesthetic. But with the Expanse's more grounded visual identity, combat clips show the cover system in action with substantial destruction physics and abilities that can penetrate cover. The timing is significant. BioWare is in a weird place right now. Dragon Age: The Veilguard got mixed reception. Mass Effect Andromeda disappointed many fans, and the new Mass Effect is still years away with no guarantee it'll recapture the magic. Meanwhile, studios like Larian proved there's a massive audience for big, choice-driven RPGs with ensemble casts. Owlcat is positioning themselves to fill that void. They've built a reputation for deep, complex RPGs with strong writing through their Pathfinder and Warhammer games. Osiris Reborn represents them taking those strengths and applying them to a Mass Effect-style structure with real-time action combat. The developer diary shows a team that understands what made Mass Effect special while bringing their own identity. Reception has been overwhelmingly positive. The game's announcement earlier this year generated immediate excitement, and each reveal has only increased anticipation. The main theme, composed by Pavel Perepelika, captured that same blend of orchestral space opera and cyberpunk synths that defined Mass Effect's sound. Fans of The Expanse are excited to see the universe getting a proper RPG treatment. Mass Effect fans see this as potentially the spiritual successor they've been waiting for. Creative director Michelin said the team is humbled by the comparisons to BioWare's heyday, while emphasizing they're making their own game with their own approach to storytelling. There are still unknowns. We haven't seen extended gameplay showing how the RPG systems work, skill trees, or character customization depth. We don't know how much freedom you'll have in exploring locations. The romance system has been mentioned, but not shown. Performance is always a concern with Owlcat Games too. Their previous titles launched with technical issues. Osiris Reborn is their most ambitious project and first real-time action game, so there's potential for jank. Hopefully, the extended development time means they're taking the technical side seriously. The writing quality will ultimately determine success. Mass Effect worked because the characters felt real and the choices felt meaningful. Owlcat has proven they can write compelling stories in their previous games, so there's reason for optimism. The Expanse, Osiris Reborn, is shaping up to be one of the most promising RPGs currently in development. The combination of Owlcat's proven RPG pedigree, the Expanse's rich universe, and the clear Mass Effect inspiration creates a package that hits a lot of the right notes. The attention to scientific detail and the collaboration with a real astronaut suggest a game that could stand alongside the best entries in the genre. We're likely still a year or two away from release, but everything shown so far indicates Owlcat is building something special. For fans waiting for a proper Mass Effect-style experience, Osiris Reborn might be exactly what you've been looking for. What do you think? Are you excited for the Expanse Osiris Reborn? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you're subscribed to Pulse Gaming with notifications turned on. And check out the links in the description to wishlist the game and support the channel. Thanks for watching.